Champions are not the result of luck or chance. They are built through choices, discipline, persistence, and the courage to keep going when everything around them says stop. The idea that someone is simply born destined for greatness is a comforting myth, but the truth is far more empowering. If champions were only born, then the rest of us would never stand a chance. But when we understand that they are made, we realize that greatness is not reserved for a chosen few. It is open to anyone willing to put in the work, endure the sacrifices, and rise after every fall. The path to becoming a champion is not glamorous at the beginning. It is lonely nights of hard work when no one is watching. It is waking up early when your body craves more sleep. It is saying no to distractions and yes to discipline. It is carrying the weight of failure, disappointment, and rejection, but choosing to move forward anyway. Every champion you admire has stood where you stand today, facing doubts, fears, and countless reasons to quit. The only difference is that they refuse to surrender. Champions are made in the moments of struggle. When life tests you with challenges, you are being forged into someone stronger. Every obstacle is not there to stop you, but to shape you. It is the resistance of the wind that allows a kite to rise higher, and it is the weight of adversity that builds the strength of a champion. The more you push through the pain, the more capable you become. And with every small victory, your confidence grows, your resilience deepens, and your belief in yourself solidifies. No one becomes a champion overnight. It is a process, a journey, a relentless pursuit of excellence. You will fail, but each failure teaches you how to rise. You will stumble, but each stumble shows you where to step more carefully. You will face critics, but their voices will never matter more than your inner voice telling you to keep going. True champions are those who do not wait for the perfect moment. They create it. They take one step, then another, and another, until the impossible becomes possible. Being a champion is not only about winning trophies or breaking records. It is about who you become along the way. It is about character, integrity, and the strength to rise above mediocrity. It is about leading by example, inspiring others, and proving that no dream is too far if you are willing to pay the price. Champions know that the reward is not just at the finish line, but also in the transformation that happens through the journey. So if you want to be a champion, stop looking for excuses and start looking within. The ability to achieve greatness already lives inside you. Do not let your circumstances define you. Do not let your past failures dictate your future. Every day is a new opportunity to take another step toward the best version of yourself. Champions are made one choice at a time, one effort at a time, one day at a time. You do not have to be the fastest, the smartest, or the strongest right now. What you need is hunger. The hunger to improve, the hunger to keep fighting, the hunger to never settle for less than you are capable of. Hunger creates discipline, discipline creates habits, and habits create champions. That is the formula, and it is available to anyone willing to commit. Remember this truth: champions are made, not born. And because they are made, you too can become one. The question is not whether you were destined for greatness. The question is whether you are willing to work for it, to sacrifice for it, and to rise every time life knocks you down. If you are, then nothing, not failure, not fear, not even the weight of the world, can stop you from becoming the champion you are meant to be. Greatness is built, not inherited. The belief that some people are simply born with everything they need to succeed is one of the greatest myths, holding others back from realizing their full potential. When you look at the most successful athletes, leaders, innovators, and visionaries throughout history, you will see a common thread. They were not handed greatness on a silver platter. They earned it through grit, discipline, sacrifice, and an unshakable determination to become more than what they were yesterday. It is tempting to think that champions arrive in this world destined to rise above the rest. But if you strip away the spotlight, the medals, and the applause, you will discover countless hours of unseen effort, pain, and growth. That is where greatness is truly formed, not in birth, but in the building. From the moment you take your first step toward improvement, you begin the process of building greatness. It is not about instant results or immediate recognition. It is about persistence in the face of slow progress. Every choice you make adds a brick to the foundation of your future. Waking up early when you want to sleep longer, practicing your craft when no one is watching, staying disciplined when temptations surround you. These are the invisible victories that create greatness over time. People may not see those moments, but those are the very moments that define whether you are building or standing still. History has proven again and again that ordinary individuals can achieve extraordinary results. Think about Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. If greatness were inherited, his failures would have crushed him. But his persistence and relentless building of knowledge, one experiment at a time, transformed him into a name remembered for centuries. Consider Michael Jordan, often celebrated as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He was once cut from his high school basketball team. He was not born a champion. He built himself into one by working harder than anyone else on the court. These stories remind us that greatness is not coded in your DNA. It is forged in your determination, resilience, and daily discipline. The danger of believing greatness is inherited is that it allows excuses to grow. People say things like, "I wasn't born with talent," or "I don't have the right opportunities," as though their future has already been decided. This mindset is a trap. It keeps people stagnant, watching others succeed while convincing themselves they were never meant to rise. But the truth is, opportunities are often created through effort. Talent is sharpened through practice. Discipline is developed through repetition. The ones who achieve greatness are not those waiting for life to favor them, but those willing to work with whatever tools they have until they build something remarkable. Greatness also requires sacrifice. To build yourself into someone capable of extraordinary achievement, you must let go of comfort. It means missing out on distractions that do not serve your goals. It means standing firm when others doubt you. It means learning to embrace challenges rather than run from them. Champions understand that the price of greatness is paid in discipline and resilience. They know every late night of effort, every early morning of preparation, and every setback turned into a lesson is an investment into the person they are becoming. The world may only see the final results, but it is in the hidden grind where true greatness is constructed. Another truth about building greatness is that it never happens overnight. In a world obsessed with quick results, many give up when they do not see immediate success. But greatness is a long-term investment. It takes patience, because building anything worthwhile requires time. You cannot plant a seed today and expect a tree tomorrow. You must water it, nurture it, and protect it while it grows. Your goals, dreams, and potential follow the same principle. Every day you choose discipline over distraction, effort over excuses, and persistence over quitting. You are watering the seed of greatness within you. The beauty of knowing greatness is built, not inherited, is that it places the power back in your hands. It means you do not have to wait for perfect circumstances, special gifts, or outside validation. You already have everything you need to begin building. Your choices, your habits, and your mindset will determine how far you go. The tools may not look perfect at first, but even a rough block of stone can be carved into a masterpiece if the sculptor has patience and vision. You are the sculptor of your life, and every action you take is a stroke shaping who you are becoming. What separates those who succeed from those who give up is not birthright talent or luck. It is hunger. It is the willingness to keep moving when things get hard, the refusal to let failure define you, and the belief that with enough effort, growth is always possible. When you embrace the truth that greatness is built, you stop comparing yourself to others. You stop waiting for a perfect beginning. Instead, you start where you are, with what you have, and commit to becoming better every single day. Greatness is not a gift. It is a responsibility. It is the responsibility to use your time wisely, to honor your potential, and to never settle for mediocrity. If you want to achieve something extraordinary, understand this: no one is born at the finish line. Every champion, every leader, Every legend you admire had to take the same journey of building brick by brick, choice by choice, day by day. The same journey is open to you. You do not need to be born special. You only need to be willing to build. And if you stay true to that commitment, one day you will look back and realize that you, too, have created greatness not by chance, but by choice. Struggles forge strength. The challenges you face in life are not punishments. They are opportunities to grow into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable than you were before. Too often, people fear struggle, avoiding discomfort as if it were a curse. But what they fail to realize is that the very obstacles they run from are the ones that hold the power to shape them into champions. Without struggle, there is no growth. Without resistance, there is no resilience. Without challenges, there is no strength. Every great story of triumph begins with a season of struggle, and it is in those hard seasons that the foundation of greatness is laid. When life pushes against you, when things do not go your way, when doors close and failures seem to pile up, those are the moments where your character is being tested and refined. Struggle strips away the illusions of comfort and forces you to dig deeper than you thought possible. It calls out strength you did not know you had, courage you did not think you possessed, and determination that might have remained hidden if everything had been easy. A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor, and in the same way, an easy life never made a strong person. The storms you endure are the very forces that prepare you for the victories ahead. Think about the process of building physical strength. Muscles do not grow by being left alone. They grow by being challenged, stretched, and even torn slightly so they can rebuild stronger. The same principle applies to life. Struggles break down the weaker parts of you so that you can rebuild with more resilience. Each difficulty you overcome becomes like a muscle, stronger and more capable of handling greater weight the next time. Without resistance, you would remain the same, but with it you gain endurance, patience, and the ability to face challenges with confidence. Every successful person you admire has faced struggles that could have destroyed them. They failed, they fell, and they encountered moments of deep doubt. But instead of letting those struggles define them, they used them as fuel to keep moving forward. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, yet his struggle forged the strength that allowed him to lead a nation toward unity and freedom. Oprah Winfrey grew up in poverty and faced countless rejections, yet her struggles shaped her into one of the most influential voices in the world. These individuals did not succeed in spite of their struggles. They succeeded because of them. Their pain became their power, their hardships became their wisdom, and their struggles forged the strength that made them unforgettable. In your own life, struggles may come in different forms: financial challenges, failed relationships, health battles, personal losses, or moments of self-doubt. Each of these struggles feels heavy in the moment, but every one of them carries within it the seed of growth. The key is how you choose to respond. You can allow struggles to crush you, or you can allow them to shape you. You can view them as roadblocks, or you can view them as stepping stones. Champions choose the latter. They see struggle not as the end of the road, but as a necessary part of the journey. It is important to understand that struggle also humbles us. It reminds us that we are human, that we do not have all the answers, and that we must keep learning. Struggles strip away arrogance and replace it with wisdom. They teach patience, empathy, and the value of perseverance. Someone who has faced and overcome struggles develops a different kind of strength, a strength that is not just physical or mental, but deeply emotional and spiritual. They gain compassion for others. They develop the courage to face future storms, and they learn the unshakable truth that they can survive and thrive no matter what life throws at them. When you are in the middle of a struggle, it may feel overwhelming, as though the weight of the world is on your shoulders. But if you look back at the struggles you have already overcome, you will see that each one prepared you for the next. Every time you thought you could not continue, but chose to keep moving, you forged strength. Every time you faced rejection, but refused to give up, you forged strength. Every time you fell down and stood back up, You've forged strength. That strength becomes part of who you are, and no one can take it away from you. The truth is, life is not meant to be without struggle. If everything came easily, you would never discover your true potential. Struggles are the training ground of greatness. They refine your focus, sharpen your skills, and strengthen your will. They are uncomfortable, yes, but comfort never created change. Growth is always born in the discomfort of struggle. That is why champions learn to embrace it. They welcome the resistance because they know that every challenge faced is one more step toward becoming the person they were meant to be. So, the next time life hands you a challenge, do not curse the struggle. Recognize it for what it is, an opportunity to grow, to strengthen your spirit, and to forge resilience that will carry you to greater heights. Remember that diamonds are formed under pressure and steel is hardened in fire. You are no different. Your struggles are the fire that tempers your spirit, the pressure that polishes your potential, and the resistance that makes you unbreakable. The world may see only the shine of the diamond or the strength of the steel, but you will know it was the struggle that forged that greatness within you. Consistency beats perfection. So many people wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect opportunity before they take action. But the truth is that perfection is an illusion. It is a trap that keeps people paralyzed, afraid to move forward, because they believe they must have everything figured out before they begin. The reality is that progress is not built on flawless execution. It is built on steady, consistent effort repeated day after day. Champions are not the ones who did everything perfectly from the start. They are the ones who kept showing up. Even when things were messy, even when they failed, even when it felt like no progress was being made. Over time, their consistency created momentum, and that momentum carried them to success. Think about how growth happens in nature. A tree does not sprout overnight. It grows slowly, steadily, day by day. At first, you hardly notice the changes, but with time, its roots deepen, its trunk strengthens, and its branches stretch higher. That growth is not sudden perfection. It is consistent progress. The same principle applies to your life. Small, consistent actions may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time, they compound into extraordinary results. Reading a few pages of a book each day, exercising for just 30 minutes daily, practicing your skill regularly. These may not feel life-changing at first, but with consistency, they transform who you are. The problem with chasing perfection is that it often leads to procrastination. People say, "I'll start when I'm ready," or "I'll act when the timing is right." But waiting for perfect conditions means waiting forever. Champions understand that there is no perfect time to begin. The perfect time is now. What matters is not flawless beginnings, but the willingness to start imperfectly and improve along the way. Perfectionists are often dreamers who never act, while consistent people are doers who learn, grow, and eventually win. Consistency also builds discipline, and discipline creates results. Every time you push yourself to show up, even when you do not feel motivated, you are strengthening the habit of persistence. Over time, those habits become part of your identity. You no longer have to think about whether you will work on your goals. You just do it, because consistency has ingrained it into your character. Champions know that motivation comes and goes, but consistency sustains progress. It is not about how inspired you feel on any given day. It is about showing up anyway. That daily decision is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who only wish for it. Perfection, on the other hand, often brings fear of failure. If you believe you must be flawless, any mistake feels like proof that you are not good enough. This mindset kills progress because mistakes are part of growth. The truth is, failure is not the opposite of success. It is a step toward it. Consistency allows you to learn from your failures, adjust your course, and keep moving forward. Each mistake becomes a lesson, and each lesson makes you better. Champions are not those who never fail. They are those who fail repeatedly, but keep showing up until they master their craft. Another powerful truth about consistency is that it creates trust, not only in others, but also in yourself. When you consistently follow through on your commitments, People begin to believe in you. More importantly, you begin to believe in yourself. Confidence does not come from perfection. It comes from knowing you can rely on yourself to keep going even when things are hard. That self-trust is priceless. It gives you the courage to take bigger steps, to pursue bigger dreams, because you know you will not abandon yourself when challenges arise. Think about the greatest athletes, musicians, or leaders in the world. Their success did not come from a single perfect performance. It came from years of consistent practice, from showing up when they were tired, from repeating the fundamentals until excellence became second nature. Michael Jordan did not become great because of one perfect game. He became great because of thousands of hours of consistent practice, shot after shot, drill after drill. Serena Williams did not rise to the top because of one flawless tournament. She did it because she consistently trained, competed, and improved year after year. Greatness is the result of consistency stacked over time. Consistency also gives you the gift of momentum. At first, the effort may feel heavy, like pushing a massive boulder uphill. But with consistent effort, the boulder starts to move, and eventually momentum takes over. Progress begins to feel natural, and you start to see results that inspire you to keep going. This is why so many people fail. They quit too soon. Before consistency has had a chance to compound, they give up when progress seems invisible, not realizing that consistency works silently before it works visibly. Champions trust the process, knowing that if they keep going, results will come. The beauty of consistency is that anyone can practice it. You do not need to be the most talented, the smartest, or the strongest. You only need to keep showing up. Talent may give someone a head start, but consistency determines who finishes the race. In fact, history has shown that consistent effort often outperforms raw talent, because talent without discipline fades, but consistent effort always compounds. The most successful people are rarely the most gifted. They are the ones who refuse to quit. So, if you want to achieve something extraordinary, stop chasing perfection and start building consistency. Take small steps daily, even if they are not perfect. Show up when it is hard, when it is boring, when it feels like no one notices. Over time, those small steps will add up to massive transformation. Champions are not defined by flawless execution. They are defined by relentless consistency. Remember this: perfection is an illusion, but consistency is a choice. And it is the choice that will make all the difference in your journey to greatness. Resilience defines champions. It is not the absence of hardship that sets great people apart, but their ability to rise after every fall, to continue forward when the weight of failure presses against them, and to keep believing when doubt surrounds them. Life does not hand victory to those who want it the most. It gives it to those who refuse to stay down. Every champion story is filled with moments of defeat, rejection, and pain. But those moments do not mark the end of the journey. They mark the beginning of resilience. Resilience is the power to bend without breaking, to endure without giving up, and to transform pain into fuel. It is easy to keep going when the road is smooth, when success comes quickly, when applause follows your every move. But true strength is revealed when nothing goes as planned, when every step feels heavy, and when you wonder if your dream is even possible. Champions are defined in those moments because they choose to keep going. They may stumble, but they do not stop. They may fall, but they rise again. That unshakable persistence is what separates them from the rest. The truth is, failure is inevitable. You cannot reach greatness without facing setbacks along the way. Those who expect an easy road are the ones most likely to quit when challenges arise. But those who expect struggle and prepare their hearts for it are the ones who endure. Resilience allows you to look at failure not as the end, but as a stepping stone. Each setback becomes a lesson, each mistake becomes a teacher, and each defeat becomes part of the foundation on which victory is built. Champions understand this deeply. They do not waste energy blaming circumstances or wishing things were easier. Instead, they use adversity as training, building the mental toughness that will carry them to success. History is filled with stories of resilience. Abraham Lincoln failed in business, lost multiple elections, and faced personal tragedy, yet his resilience carried him to become one of the most influential leaders in history. J.K. Rowling, before publishing the Harry Potter series, faced poverty, rejection from countless publishers, and moments of despair. But her resilience brought her vision to life and inspired millions. These individuals prove that resilience, not luck, not talent alone, is what defines champions. It is the refusal to surrender to setbacks that turns ordinary people into extraordinary forces. Resilience also teaches patience. Dreams are rarely achieved overnight. Sometimes success takes years of quiet effort with no recognition and no guarantee. Without resilience, the waiting becomes unbearable and many give up too soon. But champions understand that the journey shapes them as much as the destination does. They embrace the waiting, knowing that every struggle endured builds endurance, and every delay teaches trust in the process. Resilience keeps them grounded when progress feels invisible, reminding them that storms do not last forever, and that persistence will eventually bring breakthrough. What makes resilience so powerful is that it strengthens not just your goals but your character. Every time you overcome adversity, you become more than you were before. You gain confidence, not from everything going smoothly, but from surviving storms you once thought would destroy you. You gain courage not from living without fear, but from standing tall despite it. You gain wisdom not from easy success, but from the lessons carved by pain and failure. Champions are not defined by how many times they win, but by how many times they refuse to let loss define them. Resilience is also contagious. When you live with resilience, you inspire others around you. People see your perseverance, your refusal to quit, and they realize they too can endure their own struggles. Champions often become symbols of hope, not because their path was easy, but because they stood strong through hardship. Their resilience becomes a light for others, reminding the world that setbacks are temporary, but the strength built through them is permanent. You may not realize it, but every challenge in your life is an opportunity to strengthen your resilience. When things do not go your way, when doors close, when people doubt you, you are being given the chance to grow tougher, stronger, more determined. You are being prepared for greater things ahead. It is in the difficult seasons that resilience is forged. Just as steel is hardened in fire, so too are champions shaped in adversity. The greater the struggle, the greater the strength that emerges from it. Do not fear failure. Do not fear rejection. Fear quitting. Fear giving up on yourself when the road gets hard. Because the moment you stop trying, the moment you allow defeat to have the final word, you surrender the chance to discover the greatness within you. Resilience is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It carries you across setbacks. It lifts you through doubt. And it reminds you that as long as you rise one more time then you fall, you are still in the fight. The truth is simple yet powerful. Resilience defines champions, not their victories alone, not their talent alone, but their refusal to give up when things fell apart. If you want to achieve greatness, you must be willing to embrace resilience as your companion. Let every struggle strengthen you, let every failure teach you, and let every setback fuel you. Because in the end, victory does not belong to the perfect. It belongs to the resilient. Character matters more than trophies. The world often measures success by medals, awards, and recognition. But the true measure of a champion is not what they hold in their hands. It is who they are at their core. Trophies can be won and lost. Applause fades, and records are eventually broken, but character endures. It is the invisible foundation that defines a person long after the spotlight has shifted. A trophy may impress people for a moment, but character inspires them for a lifetime. There are countless individuals who have achieved worldly success yet lack integrity. They may hold trophies on their shelves, but their actions reveal arrogance, dishonesty, or selfishness. These are not true champions. A champion is defined not just by victory, but by the values they live by. Character is shown in how you treat others when no one is watching, in how you respond to failure, and in whether you remain humble in moments of triumph. A trophy can tell the world you won once, but your character tells the world who you are always. Character is the anchor that keeps a champion grounded. Success has a way of inflating egos, tempting people to believe they are invincible or above others. But without character, success can quickly destroy a person. We have seen athletes, leaders, and celebrities rise to fame only to fall hard because they lacked integrity, discipline, or humility. Their trophies could not protect them from their own flaws. Champions who last are the ones who build their success on character, on honesty, respect, perseverance, and kindness. These are the qualities that give meaning to their achievements and make their victories shine brighter. What makes character so powerful is that it influences not only your success, but also the lives you touch along the way. People may forget the details of your victories, but they will never forget how you made them feel. A coach who builds athletes with kindness and discipline may not have the most trophies, but their impact lasts generations. A leader who acts with honesty and fairness may not win every battle, but they earn respect that no trophy can buy. True champions understand that character is not just about personal greatness. It is about lifting others, leading by example, and leaving a legacy of integrity. Character also determines how you handle both success and failure. When you win, character keeps you humble, reminding you that victory is not a reason to boast, but an opportunity to inspire. When you lose, character keeps you resilient, reminding you that failure is not the end, but a chance to grow. A person of character does not crumble under pressure, nor do they let arrogance cloud their judgment when they rise. They remain steady, defined not by the scoreboard, but by their principles. That steadiness is what separates true champions from temporary winners. Trophies are symbols, but character is substance. Trophies may gather dust on a shelf, but character is lived out in every choice you make. It is in choosing honesty over deceit, discipline over laziness, courage over fear, and kindness over selfishness. These choices may not earn applause, but they build the kind of strength that no one can take away from you. And in the end, character is what people will remember most. Long after your achievements fade from memory, your character will live on in the stories others tell about you. Think about the individuals who inspire you most. Chances are, it is not their trophies alone that capture your admiration. It is their character. People are drawn to leaders who are humble, to athletes who respect their opponents, to individuals who rise with dignity after falling. It is character that makes victory meaningful, because without it, success feels empty. Winning without character is hollow, but living with character, even without trophies, is true victory. This is why building character is more important than chasing recognition. Trophies may open doors, but character keeps them open. Awards may create opportunities, but character determines whether you are trusted to keep them. Success without character is temporary, but character creates success that lasts. Champions invest in their character every day, knowing that it is the foundation upon which all their achievements rest. Even in moments when no one is watching, character matters. It is easy to act with integrity when the world's eyes are on you. But true champions do the right thing when no applause will follow. They train hard when no cameras are present. They honor commitments even when no one will notice. And they hold themselves accountable, even when excuses are available. This quiet strength of character is what creates greatness that lasts far beyond a single moment of recognition. In the end, trophies are symbols of what you achieved, but character is proof of who you are. A trophy may shine today and fade tomorrow, but character shines through every season of life. If you want to be remembered as a true champion, focus not only on what you achieve, but on the person you are becoming in the process. Build integrity, practice humility, show kindness, and live with honor. These qualities may not earn applause every day, but they will create a legacy that no trophy can replace. Character matters more than trophies, because it is the ultimate measure of greatness. A champion without character is only a temporary winner, but a person of character is a champion for life. The victories you win will fade, but the strength of your character will echo in the lives you inspire, the people you uplift, and the example you leave behind. True champions are not remembered for the trophies they held, but for the values they lived. Everyone has the potential. Too often, people look at champions and leaders as if they are part of a special group, born with gifts that the rest of the world does not have. They convince themselves that greatness is reserved for a chosen few, while the majority are destined to live ordinary lives. But this belief is not only false, it is dangerous because it keeps people from pursuing their dreams. The truth is that every single person carries within them the capacity for greatness. Potential is not given to some and denied to others. It exists in everyone. The difference lies in who chooses to recognize it, nurture it, and act on it. You may not see your potential yet, but that does not mean it is not there. A seed does not look like a towering tree, yet within it lies the possibility of shade, strength, and fruit. All it needs is the right conditions, time, and consistent care. The same is true for you. The dreams, talents, and strengths inside you may be hidden, waiting for you to take them seriously, to water them with discipline and persistence, to protect them from doubt and fear until they grow into something undeniable. Champions are not born different from you. They are simply people who believed in their potential enough to act on it. The tragedy is not that people lack potential, but that they fail to use it. Fear convinces them to settle for less. Doubt whispers that they are not good enough. Comparison blinds them into thinking others are more capable. But if you look closely at every champion's story, you will find that they started as ordinary people facing the same doubts, fears, and obstacles. The only difference is that they decided to step forward anyway. They chose to act on their potential rather than bury it beneath excuses. Potential is not about being the best right away. It is about having the capacity to grow, to improve, to become more over time. Too many people wait until they feel ready before they act, but readiness is not what unlocks potential. Action does. You do not discover your full capability by sitting on the sidelines. You discover it by stepping into the arena, by trying, failing, learning, and trying again. With every step, your potential expands, and you realize you are capable of far more than you imagined. One of the most powerful truths about potential is that it is limitless when combined with resilience and consistency. Think about someone who begins with little skill, but commits to learning every day. Over time, their potential grows into mastery. Think about someone who faces rejection but refuses to quit. Each attempt unlocks more of their hidden ability. Potential is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Those who seem extraordinary are often just people who never stopped stretching their potential. The danger of underestimating yourself is that it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you tell yourself you cannot, you will never try. If you never try, your potential remains locked away, wasted and unseen. Champions are not those with the most natural ability. They are the ones who refuse to ignore their potential. They chose to believe they were capable, even when no one else believed it. They chose to act, even when success seemed far away. And because of that, they unlocked levels of greatness that others left untouched. Everyone has the potential, but not everyone has the courage to use it. Potential requires risk. It requires stepping out of comfort and into uncertainty. It demands that you embrace failure as part of the process and see setbacks not as proof that you are incapable, but as stepping stones toward growth. Too many people stop when things get hard, not realizing that difficulty is proof they are stretching their potential. Champions understand this. They lean into the struggle because they know it is shaping them into who they are meant to become. It is important to remember that potential is not only about personal achievement. It is also about the impact you can make on others. Within you lies the potential to inspire, to lead, to uplift those around you. Your words, actions, and resilience can light a fire in someone else's life. When you choose to act on your potential, you do not just change your own story. You change the stories of those who watch you, learn from you, and are motivated by your example. Your potential is not just for you. It is a gift meant to ripple outward into the world. You may think that your circumstances limit your potential, but history proves otherwise. Some of the greatest champions came from the most difficult beginnings. They had less. They faced more obstacles, yet they built greatness out of what little they had. Your circumstances may shape your journey, but they do not define your potential. What defines it is your willingness to keep moving forward, to take what you have and make the most of it, to refuse to let excuses bury the gifts within you. The truth is simple. Everyone has the potential to become extraordinary. The question is not whether you have it. The question is whether you will use it. Will you take the risk, embrace the work, and commit to the journey of growth? Or will you let fear and doubt convince you to play small? Champions are made by the choices they make with their potential. They choose to unlock it, to stretch it, to live it fully. And in doing so, they prove to the world that greatness is possible for anyone. If you are willing to believe in your potential and take action, you will discover strength, talent, and resilience you never thought you had. You do not need to be special to start. You only need to start to become special. Everyone has the potential. That includes you. The question is, will you use it to become the champion you were meant to be?